Buenas tardes a todos. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ana, and I am a citizen of the United States. My mother's story began in February of 1977 when she first immigrated to the United States with my then 1.5-year-old brother. She was ready and willing to give up the life she had known for 22 years in Mexico, all in hopes for what she had been told about her neighboring country, America, the land of opportunity for those willing to put forth the effort. My mother's plan was to work hard, follow the American laws, and put in her due time in hopes of eventually qualifying for citizenship one day. However, that changed when the raid took place at a job she held in a factory in 1983. She ignored the deportation letters she started receiving in the mail at the advice of a lawyer who convinced her he would be able to help her fight the charges. In 1985, she received a final deportation letter with a specific date in which she was to report to court. She went under the impression that this lawyer would meet her there. He never showed up, and she was immediately transferred to the airport and sent back to Mexico. I was 7 years old then, my brother and sister 9 and 2 respectively. We were young and unaware of what my mother was enduring, all because she had wanted a better life for us. Determined and concerned about her children, she managed to return a week later. My mother was fully aware of the ramifications in which she would be labeled a criminal for defying the deportation charges and re-entering illegally. Going back to Mexico to visit family and friends would no longer be an option. She has since had to live her life by remaining low, almost non-existent on the immigration radar. Things you and I take for granted, such as applying for a job, opening a bank account, or even getting a driver's license, just aren't feasible for her. I'm sure the burden of having to look over her shoulder all the time consumes her. She has sacrificed all this and much more because, despite her legal status, my mother firmly believed in this country's message of freedom and equality. It wasn't until I was an adult that I discovered and understood the severity of my mother's legal situation. I knew I had to try and do something when I saw my helpless mother distraught at the news of my grandmother, her mother, having passed away in Mexico. There was nothing she could do but mourn the loss by herself and live with the painful thought that she never had a chance to say goodbye. I tried the legal avenue on my mother's behalf, and I applied for the I-245 application. I was given hope by having made it to the final step of the process, in which we were granted an interview with the INS. Unfortunately, her deportation came back to haunt us, and her application was denied. INS didn't care that my mother had an impeccably clean record, that she had raised 4 children, 3 of us American-born citizens, that she had paid income taxes on her property and state taxes from the few jobs she was able to obtain. None of this mattered to them. It almost felt as if they had us go into the interview to purposely humiliate my mother and her family. Since then, I have felt guilt for not being able to fix her legal status. I am frustrated with state and national laws for not willing to make exceptions for a woman who would have done what any mother would have done. I ask myself, wouldn't First Lady Michelle Obama have done the same for her 2 daughters? Most importantly, I am now afraid because INS knows exactly where to find my mother. She's given us all talks regarding the possibility of coming home one day and discovering she's been taken by INS. That's a reality I'm not willing to accept so easily. My mother has taught us through example the meaning of courage and the value of perseverance. If she isn't willing to give up yet, then who am I to give up on her hope and dream of becoming a legal resident? That is why I stand before you and speak on my mother's behalf and the many others caught in her predicament. Today I ask you, President Barack Obama, please give my mother the respect that she has earned, so that she may walk with dignity in a country that she has called home for the past 32 years. Please give me hope to see an end to the raids and deportations of undocumented residents who simply want a better life for themselves and for their families. The same kind of hope that I supported and witnessed carry you through to the presidential victory. Thank you.